and in today's sweeping reforms, all ellipses are banned. Overuse of metaphor will be sanctioned. All characters must now be Mary Sue, Bella Swan impersonators or edgelords of the greatest extreme. Overuse of commas will now be punished with execution, and facial expressions may only be described with emojis. Next, what? What do you mean the new regime isn't happening? I got all dressed up for it and everything. How can we not do this? But guys! Hi guys, it's Ross, storyteller from Boston by Night today. Just going to have a bit of a video on etiquette and the misconceptions which go into it, because some people get awfully uptight about it, some people think they're overstepping, when really it comes down to just a couple of simple principles. So let's get relaxed and just have some fun explaining it. So the first thing to discuss is respect. I know it sounds really basic, but we first start forming an opinion of you, and you first start forming an opinion of everybody else with how respectful you are when you first come into the server. This goes all the way through how you talk to everybody out of character, not necessarily in character though, because everybody likes bitchy characters. This one way to think about this is that we all have a bit of a laugh and a joke. We all make fun of the Tremere because they're horrible warlocks. But we don't take it to extremes. We banter. We don't make anybody feel bad. So, with that in mind, be respectful. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. So one element of good etiquette is posting effort. If somebody's putting a lot of effort, like big paragraphs, into their posts, it's considered good etiquette to try and match them instead of doing teeny tiny little posts or ones which are massive and much bigger than them. This is one way in which you can show that you're attentive, you're engaged in the scene, and you're compatible with the sort of person that you're writing with. It makes everybody feel appreciated and makes for a good time. Another element of some good etiquette is timeliness. Not so much in you have to be super quick all the time, because nobody's got enough celerity for that, but you need to be honest with yourself and your partner about how much you can do. If you're going to be able to only manage a post every couple of days, but they're going to be super good posts, that's fine. Everybody's got a job, and if the person you're writing with doesn't appreciate that, they don't sound like a very good player themselves. So communicate with your partner, tell them how often you're likely to be able to post, and then if there's an interruption to that, communicate it openly and honestly, because then nobody can be disappointed and everybody can continue to enjoy themselves. Another aspect to consider when being a respectful player is not interrupting others. I know I hate it when I...
Have we got any bread?
Yes, we have bread. It's in the cupboard. You know we have bread.
Okay.
As I was saying, I hate it when I get interrupted when I'm doing anything from having sex to committing a murder, so I think it's reasonable for other people not to have that happen too. One way to avoid this, and the way which we advise, is putting end caps on the end of your scene with just end scene in it, because that'll make it pretty clear to anybody watching that you're using the channel still. Also, look for those if you're about to jump into another channel. Another way to do this is to keep things where they're supposed to be. For instance, if it's got gore in it, put it in the gore section. If it's got sex in it, put it in the sex section. Everything else is pretty clear, but respecting people's boundaries in that way is a good way to not interrupt them in their day-to-day life. So that's our video on etiquette. Hopefully it's been enjoyable, but I know it's a little bit more dull than usual, few less jokes than usual. Just trying to paint the sort of ways in which we behave at Boston by Night. So if this is the sort of thing which you would appreciate, if you'd like to see some longer, more creative posts, and you'd like to see people being respectful in an anti-toxic community, consider stopping by if you're not there already. If you're there already, you know who you are. So this has been Ross from Boston by Night. So keep your wits about you and keep an eye on the shadows. And these delirious motherfuckers are the ones who light the candles and bring us the sacrifices. A big thank you for them for allowing this project to keep on going.